So, commence reviewing. This is SkullKightmon and DeadlyAxemon set. This is the box. It's a nice box. It's made of cardboard. That's about all there is to it. It shows DeadlyAxe mode there. It shows combinations on the back. It shows the digimemory you get. You get Tailmon digimemory. There's SkullKightmon himself. And, sorry, this is SkullKightmon and DeadlyAxemon set. I'm getting them confused. SkullKightmon actually rarely appears during the anime, so I'm so used to saying SkullKightmon anyway. At any rate, that's it with the box. It's a nice box. Digimemory is Tailmon. That's Tailmon. That's Digimemory. It heals you, I think. No, it doesn't. Actually, it attacks the enemy and does barely any damage. At any rate, it's practically useless, so I never use it with the cross-loader. This is SkullKightmon. He's fairly decently sized, about 4.5, 5 inches tall. Decent figure. He's got weapons. He's got a flowing cape. Haha, that's flowing. And he's got a neck, though the neck's mostly included for transforming purposes, as he can lose his head. Ta-da! Once again, I am ripping off my figure's heads. At any rate, he has hands. He can remove lance in order to see the hand. It's got wrists, too, so really good hands. Really, really, really good hands. He probably has the greatest posability of all the Cross Wars figures, because he has knees, he's got ankles to some extent. He can pretty much kick out his leg if he wants to. In other words, pretty well-rounded, good design. They can go out, not very far, but they can go out. And that's SkullKightmon. He's pretty good, I suppose. At any rate, him aside, here's my personal favorite, DeadlyAxemon. He's quite ferocious in a weird way. Really, he's bigger than, he's one of the biggest. He's the second biggest Trust Wars figure next to Malbirdramon. But he's pretty good. He's got a mouth. And due to transforming purposes, it moves. So he can chew and bite if he wants to. At any rate, he pretty much can do this and this. But that's all he can do with his legs. That and this. He can do this. So, basically, all his posability is spent on, like, transforming and stuff. So, yeah, he can kick. That's about it. His back legs don't even move. They move like this, but that's it. And they move as one. So, this guy's not very good for posability, but he still looks pretty awesome. So that's the end of DeadlyAxemon. Yay for him. He's all happy like that. Yay! SkullKightmon can actually ride DeadlyAxemon if he puts his mind to it. You have to pull the cape back, put him on like that. So, yeah, that's SkullKightmon riding DeadlyAxemon. Very, very, very bad riding. That if you really wanted to, he could actually ride him. DeadlyAxemon makes a lousy mount. At any rate, these two come as a pair because they do stuff together, and they're rather effective. So first, I'll be making DeadlyAxe mode, and I suppose I will start with SkullKightmon. I'm going to start with him pretty much all the time. First, in order to prepare him, you take off his lances, put them down, pick them back up, stick them on his shoulders. Then, like, extend the arms normally. And he's ready to go. That's all you have to do to him. Next, take DeadlyAxemon, separate his legs from his body. In more ways than one. Next, remove his headgear, take that off. It just fits in there, it's a simple hook. Then take his mouth and shove it up inside his head. Not sure if you can see that properly, but it goes up in like that. And then you push the head down like that. You do that in almost all of his combinations. Next, you take the feet, and as you'll notice, this thing has a hook right there. In order to complete the transformation, you must turn this thing like this. Push this down. Push this down as well. And it'll be held like this. Take the other one. Put it like this. And push that up. Push that down like that. And take this piece. And put it in like this. Hooks in right like there. Like that. And deep inside the foot there is a small hole. It is rather difficult to see, but this piece right here will go inside the hole. It works with both of them, and they go in like that. Rather snug fit. And at any rate, it works. Next, you take this thing, and there's a spot on the bottoms of both his feet, even though there only needs to be one. And then this piece right here looks like it fits, so we're going to attach it. And there you have it, a really big axe that's like probably 10 inches from tip to tip. Very big axe, and it can stand up on its own if needed. In order for this guy to hold it, all he has to do is twist his wrists, which is why he has twistable wrists. Don't think that they included it just to be nice. And take this headgear piece and attach it to SkullKightmon's head. There's a hole conveniently there placed in the middle. You can attach it and it just locks into place. So you attach headgear to headgear and voila. SkullKightmon has bonus headgear. Next, you just latch on the hands onto the handles, which you can actually see. Need to be careful as they're rather tight, but he grips it nicely anyway. If he'll actually grip it, I would appreciate it. There, got to be really careful. I'm worried that I'm going to break it one day. But at any rate, that is DeadlyAxemon combined with SkullKightmon to create SkullKightmon Deadly Axe Mode. It's so self-explanatory that I really don't have to say anything. At any rate, he walks around jabbing people with his giant axe. Yay! Whammy, whammy, whammy. That's the end of his story. It's a giant axe. And at this point, he's only good for posing like that. So, taking him apart is fairly easy. You just do the steps, and I'm going to take him completely apart so you get to see every single last one of his parts, basically. The two lances, the headgear. And there you have all of the parts from this set, pretty much. Push them out a bit so you can see better. Now, in order to make DeadlyAxemon, this is the fun mode, and as I'm running out of time, I'm going to speed things up a bit. As I'm pretty sure you're already growing tired of learning about this toy, which apparently you want to buy, either that or you're just curious. In which case, I hope I can satisfy your curiosity and convince you that it's a good toy to buy, as I personally like it. Okay, first to start this, you start by ripping off his head. Ah! And sticking on his shoulder. Equally disturbing. I see you. And he's got eyes there too, so very dark, mysterious figure. At any rate, having done that, we now go to the back, and as you can already see, he's got something back there. He has a dumbbell. Simply remove it. It's thoroughly like a dumbbell. At any rate, it's a very handy dumbbell, as you can take it and you can fit it into the holes there. And thus create a giant spear thing. And of course, he can hold the spear thing. And I have made that much of DeadlyAxemon with just SkullKightmon's parts. Next, I'm going to pull that up a bit. You take DeadlyAxemon's feet and you push them up like this, so that you have these giant protruding things from the bottom sticking out. They look like they fit into the holes on the feet, in which they do. So push down the red thing and shove his feet into his leg. And there you have it. The first leg has been put in, and this is a really cool part because this whole thing looks cool. Repeat with the other leg, shove it in, and he's pretty much increased in height tremendously. Already he's starting to look dark, mysterious, and dangerous. So next, take this piece right here and put it back where the dumbbell was. If you stick the legs out like this, it helps go and flow with the cape. As such, if not, it sticks out down his legs and impairs mobility. So I like to put it sticking out so it just looks better. Because otherwise, if you put it on the other way, which I think is actually how you're supposed to put it on, it just sticks out a bit too much to me. It doesn't allow for about as much posability. So I personal preference like to put it the other way around. You can do whatever you want with your figure, it doesn't matter to me. It just doesn't seem as obvious when it's like this. Next, take this piece right here, put it right down on the center, covering up both the eyes. As you can see right there, there is a small hole, and you just stick that piece right there into the hole, and it fits nicely. Mine has a tendency to come off, but that's it. Now, onto his shoulder, there is a small hole on his shoulder. It fits the small hole on DeadlyAxemon's head, so you attach yet another head onto his shoulder. Cool part about this is you can rotate it like that, or you can rotate it back, but I prefer to rotate it forward occasionally. Makes it look a little cooler, but it can be mostly left onto the side. Next, you're probably wondering, okay, where's his head? Well, this is the cool part. He doesn't have one. It's built in. So you pull the chest forward, and of course that piece falls off. And inside his body, there is a head. So you take the head and you pull up like this. It's extendable. And then you rotate it around, pull that out, and shove the head back in. Like that. It's really the only complicated thing you have to do about this. This whole figure is pretty straightforward. And then, if you're like me, this thing falls off, so reattach it. And then you have DeadlyAxemon, most dangerous night Digimon guy. Okay, not really. Omegamon and Dukemon are cooler. But this guy still looks pretty impressive. And he's got a better transformation, in my opinion. Minus Omegamon. Omegamon's definitely cooler. At any rate, this is DeadlyAxemon. At first I thought his cape was short for him, but now I realize that even if he did have a bigger one, he wouldn't be able to utilize it as well. So, in effect, he still looks pretty cool. Really accurate representation of DeadlyAxemon. Of course, the anime itself was based on the figures. They designed them beforehand, so of course everything looks good. So this guy looks pretty cool no matter what. And I really like him. He's probably the best set out of all of them. But this review is taking longer than usual, so bear with me. So he's got decent posability. He's got all of SkullKightmon's posability, so you can do lots of stuff with him. Really the only thing you have to worry about are the legs, but you can get some decent poses out of him. And of course the head rotates, which is a nice effect. So you can pose him like this, or like however you feel like, and that piece really has a tendency to come off for me. But yeah, he can pose decently well, I suppose. And he stands up when you pose him too, so added benefit, added bonus. And yeah, he looks really cool. No matter what you do, he's gonna look awesome. And that piece is gonna always fall off from me. It didn't used to, but it does. So there you have DeadlyAxemon. Looking as intimidating and dangerous as ever. Really, I'm just going to give you a random close-up of the guy so you can see. He's really cool, and I really like this figure. 5 out of 5 stars, excellent design, excellent style, good color scheme, looks impressive. So yeah, get this guy if you get the chance. He's definitely worth it. Just don't overspend like I did. I paid about 60, 70 bucks for him, so don't be like Exe. So this is Ultimate X Exe. Subscribe, comment, do whatever you want. See you later. But really, this guy's pretty good. No complaints.